Hello everyone and welcome to FAX Chat, our talk show here on Halifax Rugby League's YouTube channel. This week's special guest is none other than Adam Robinson by popular demand. Hi Adam, thanks for joining us. We'll start with the questions. So the first one comes in from Sam Marshall on Twitter. Wants to know, Adam, what do you think of your nickname on the terraces, the Raging Bull? Have you heard that one before?
Raging Bull? No, I hadn't heard that one. I'll take that over a few other nicknames that I've been called over the years. I think most of them went on Facebook a few weeks ago with Scott and Tyra. Peppa Pig's a favourite, but I'll definitely take the Raging Bull.
The Raging Bull, it sounds quite menacing, that, doesn't it? Yeah, no, it's good. Mark Pierce, again on Twitter, the first of his two questions. What's Adam's favourite type of pasta?
Pasta?
Pasta. Obviously pasta must be quite important part of your diet, I suppose.
Well, carbohydrates, one of my favourites.
Or what kind of meals do you usually have before a game?
Well, spaghetti bolognese really, so I'd say spaghetti's probably my favourite type of pasta, yeah.
Yeah. Another one from Mark wants to know, what's your favourite joke? Favourite joke?
Okay. I'm normally but of all jokes, I'll just explain it. 9 times out of 10 all the jokes are on me, but one of my favourites, it's from an old lad I used to play with. It's an absolute shocker. What do you call a man with a rubber toe?
Man with a rubber toe, I don't know.
Roberto.
That's definitely better than Rich's we had a few weeks ago. Roberto.
There you go.
No, it's a good one. Everyone write that one down, it's a good one. That. Mark wants to know, have you managed to stay positive despite your injury setback, and how hard has it been watching the lads while you've been away?
In a word, no, not really. It's especially over the last probably 2 years being there, it's started to get on top of me a bit. I haven't really handled it as positive as I'd like to. I've had to ask a lot of questions of myself, but talking to a few people brought me back round, and I'm in a much more positive mindset now and looking at things a slightly different way. Watching lads, ever since Bradford game, which it hit me quite hard because I had to go off within about 5 minutes, so I felt like I'd left the lads in lurch a little bit. They had to do it all, and then funnily enough we lost Luke and Ryan all in the same game, so for lads to keep the game respectable did a lot good for them. But as for me, I took that one quite bad just because I'd scored 2 tries the week before and felt I was just getting back to play my best rugby, and then take another injury setback. But I started getting my mind around it, and luckily I've managed to come back 4 weeks ahead of schedule, so it's not been too bad really.
Was it hard coming off injured in such a big game like that? Does that make it any worse? Obviously a big occasion playing at Blackpool, wasn't it?
Yeah, and with atmosphere that we've created, we'd all build it up really, and a lot of it were down to we only had probably about a 10-minute warm up in the end, with all the other teams coming on and off, and just coming off after warm up I didn't feel like I'd really got enough into it, and felt a bit funny, and then took a bit of a whack early doors, and I knew straight away it had gone, but I tried to kid myself like we all do when we're playing and carry on, and I just felt it tear, so I knew then that were game over.
Nice to be back now, though, to play last week.
Yeah, love it. It's good
to be back for this time of the season.
I've spoken to a few people from that game, coming back into the team against London. It's like playing in a completely different team. There's that much confidence about place, and obviously Rich kindly gave me a start, and I played with Mitch and Adzi in front row, and it was near impossible to get ball off, and they turned into right green.
Playing really well at the moment. Yeah, they're playing really well.
But I think I had to swear at Adzi once just so I could get a carry in, whereas before it was a lot easier. So them two really shocked me in how much work they're actually getting through. So it was brilliant to get back. Yeah.
No, good to see. Pete Emmett, our resident comedian at the club, wants to know, why do you try and climb my bunk bed in Bridlington? I had no other option than to give him a slap. That doesn't sound like you, does it?
I think we were more to do. We had Sean Rothery and his partner in the other room, so I was just trying to get a bit of peace. So me and Pete slept in the same room. We did a bike ride. It's probably 25th time he's brought this up. You call him a comedian. I just say he just the same thing all the time. But what it is, he's got a bit of a thing for me, and he was whispering sweet nothings. So I thought I'd give it a try, and it turned out I'd got the wrong end of the stick.
No. Thanks for your question, Pete. And Gaz Major wants to know, what's your favourite song for a sing-along? We had quite a few questions about this, maybe you can explain.
Yeah, I think this has got to do something with Leach Brothers as well. I've had quite a lot of tweets about this. Basically, we've had some golf days through Charity Heartbeat at Sport, who me and Scott used to work for, and they were very eventful golf days and some really good nights on back of it. But I think it's regarding my ability to play an air guitar while having a few drinks, and I do actually play it really well. And I think they sent me a picture of Pete Mack playing an actual guitar, and I think I've got him covered quite easily.
Very good. We'll have to look out for that at the end of season two. Gaz again wants to know, what's your favourite sponsor? He's obviously very proud that he's managed to finally get you onto FAX Chat. What role do the sponsors have at the club? How important are they, both to the player and to the club itself?
Well, massive. Like Gaz joined on. I were originally sponsored by somebody else, and then Sarah asked if he wanted to be my sponsor. He said yes. So we've had a pretty decent relationship anyway. Talk to each other after games. He messages me when I'm injured, wishing me good luck. So on a personal note, he's really good for me. He's always asking how I am and stuff. Only downside to him, we had a couple of drinks the other night, and he told me we were marking for a new one because I'd got injured. But I'll let him have that one. But no, and for the club, it's more revenue to keep them going and pushing for what we need. Obviously, we haven't got people putting as much money in as other clubs seem to be having. So sponsors are massive for the club to go forward, as well as filling stadiums out week in, week out.
More the merrier, definitely. We had a question sent in from Steve Tyrer. He wants to know. Steve says, "Why does he always leave empty Pringle tubes in our house when he comes round?" Would you say you're a messy person? Or?
I wouldn't say I'm a messy person. Every time on way to training, I either get a phone call off Mitch, Steve Tyrer or Scott Morrell asking to bring cakes, sweets and everything round. And the reason I leave them behind is because I don't even get a chance to touch them. As soon as I walk through the door, they soon disappear, and I'm not picking up someone else's rubbish. That's why, Steve. Thank you.
Steve also asked another question saying, "Do you really know Floyd Mayweather?" There's a bit of another story in this. Apparently you have a lot of stories to tell, is that right?
Well, I've experienced quite a lot in my life. If someone's got a story, mine tends to be better, and it's through no fault of my own really. I've seen a lot of things, but the Floyd Mayweather thing came about. We went down to London and we all went as a team, and we were coming back, and I started doing a bit of shadow boxing, just showing Mitch and Adzi just how I can punch off orthodox and southpaw. So I'm quite a talented boxer, and someone must have seen that and sent a video over to Floyd, who got in contact with me, and we've been friends ever since really. One of the big stories is I didn't really tear my calf. I went over to do a bit of sparring for a Pacquiao fight. He'd noticed that I fought well off both foots, and did a bit of shadow boxing. So
mid-season break for you, yeah?
There's a little taster.
No, very good. Well, that's all the questions we've been sent that are allowed to go out online. So thanks again for your questions. Thanks, Adam, for joining me.
Oh, no worries.
And we'll see you again next week here on FAX Chat. Thanks for watching.